Before I start, I'd like to share a quick story. My grandmother said that in the middle of 20th century, it took her more than a week to send a letter from Feni to Moiminching to my grandfather. But in my case, it takes less than a second. And coincidentally, today's topic is communication technology. I mean, how technology has changed the way people communicate. So hey guys, my name is Mohammad Mirajushan and today I'd like to share with all of you how technology has changed the way people communicate. There is no doubt that technology has changed the way humans communicate, but communication has come a long way. In ancient times, people had limited option for exchanging information with one another. It's probably hard for us to imagine a world where you could only communicate by actually talking directly to another person. So, today we have time to pause and reflect these days on how far communicating through technology has progressed. The Stone Age. Early humans during the Stone Age started to communicate and express their thoughts and feelings by signs or gesture. Lasting roughly 2.5 million years, the Stone Age ended around 500,000 before the Common Era. Cave painting. Later on, the humankind started to communicate via cave paintings, a type of parietal art found on the wall and ceiling of caves. Alphabet writing. Before the alphabet was invented, early writing system had been based on pictographic symbols known as hieroglyphics. But estimated 1500 BC before Christ, a group of people adopted a subset of Egyptian hieroglyphics to represent the sounds of their language. This Proto-Celtic script is often considered the first alphabetic writing system. Pigeon Post. Others from the communication were messenger pigeon. They were the first used in 630 before Christ. The Romanians used pigeons messengers to aid their military. Post letter service 1524. After the messenger pigeons come the first postcode service. The first commercially produced card was created in 1861 by John Charlton of Philadelphia. Telegraph 1844 to 1894. The telegraph revolutionized long distance communication. It worked by transmit electrical signals over a wire laid between two stations. But in 1894, wireless telegraph is transmission of telegraph signals by radio waves. Telephone 1876. Come here, I want to see you. Were the first word spoken on successful telephone called by Alexander Graham Bell. The telephone has been called greatest invention of the 19th century. People no longer had to be in the same room to talk another one. Radio in 1922. The invention of radio communication, although generally attributes to Guglielmo Marconi in the 1890, spanned many decades and involved many people. But in 8th February 1922, President of United States Warner G. Harding introduced the first radio in the White House. Personal computers. In 1970, personal computer changed the way people work by allowed to share information over computer network. Cell phone 1972-2020. The very first mobile phone were not really mobile phone at all. They were two-way radios that allowed people like taxi drivers and the emergency service to communicate. In 1970, a researcher at Motorola named Martin Cooper began working on portable phone device. In 1973, he developed a type of mobile phone. From 1973 to 2020, the mobile phone world underwent a groundbreaking change. Internet and social medias. After the personal computer and smartphone invented, communication evolved ever further with the invention of the internet and the World Wide Web, which started being used in 1989. And social media has not only changed the way we communicate, but it has also revolutionized our daily lives in many ways. Social media is internet based and give us quick electronic communication of content. Content includes personal information, documents, videos, and photos. Now let's imagine it's 1866. Your family has just arrived in Dhaka after a long trip. Your grandmother in Chittagong city and she was about to hear from you. So you write a letter by hand, You take it to the post office, it will travel on a van that's leaving for Dhaka at the end of this week, and a weeks later your letter will reach your grandma. Fast forward to the present, your family just arrived in Dhaka, you borrow your phone and make a video call to your grandmother in Chittagong city. Social media, forms of electronic communication through which use create online communication to share post information, ideas, phone calls, video calls, videos and other content such as Facebook, YouTube, email, Instagram, Tweet or Snapchat. Impacts. Communication technology has helped revolutionize the communication process. Electronic communication like text message, email and social networking websites has enabled society to become more connected. But there is a negative side to technology. It can be addicting and it can be hurt our communication skill. Extended screen time can result in health ramifications like insomnia, eye strain, and increased anxiety and depression. Conclusion. There is no doubt that technology has changed the way humans communicate. Technological advancement in modern of communication has promoted faster decision making and led to development progress of the world. The history of communication is more than just a timeline of events. It is the point of view how technological advances and innovations have revolutionized the world. Communication has been the driving force behind globalization and economic growth in the last century. We can see that the way we communicate has evolved for the very rudimental ways to letters, phone, fax, mails, mobile and social media just by the improvement of technology. I sincerely appreciate that I have had this opportunity to present to you. Again, thank you everyone. Thank you, ma'am.